Hey, it's Matt. Welcome to Unbearable 73. Tonight, another exciting episode of Unbearable 73. Time to review Season 2, Episode 8 of From, entitled The Forest for the Trees. So, review spoiler, obviously. The Season 2 is over by the time you're seeing this. The title of Forest for the Trees is a reference to the saying, one cannot see the forest for the trees, or but for the trees. This saying means that one misses a broader context because they're looking at the parts of a thing without realizing that they are parts of a greater whole. But another way, it can mean that one gets tunnel vision and focuses only on the details, thereby missing what the tunnel is in, so to speak, or what's around the tunnel. Okay, now the production, again, it's standard high quality, no problem there. So let's talk about our opening scene, which is a scene or scenes before the opening credit song rolls. The theme song rolls. Our first opening scene begins with Kenny talking to his mom when he gets a mysterious phone call that gives him what sounds like a rhyme of some sort. And that rhyme is, they touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free. Here they come for three, unless you stop the melody. That's not a real world nursery rhyme of any sort that any of us fans have been able to figure out. Like, it's not from an existing mythology or lore or whatever. So it looks like it was made up for the show. And then we see some weird events and sounds. The sound of cicadas as Kenny sees him flying out of a pot of boiling water, and then one either lands on his arm and burns him in the dream. Well, he's actually fun. Then he wakes up and finds out the dream, and he had a dream. But then he kind of looks at his arm and he's burnt even though it was a dream. And that's the only opening scene, which I think might be a first for this show, to have only one opening scene before the theme song, so to speak. So once we get the ever awesome Pixies cover of whatever of Que Sera Sera over with, it's awesome cover. We have Jim and Randall at the Matthews family RV trying to set up Randall's drone to lift the antenna high enough. They converse and they go deeper into Jim's idea that they're in a human psychological experiment. You can see Randall's distrust and paranoia being fed into, and then therefore, his response drives Jim's further belief into the experiment. They're basically giving each other positive and negative feedback, so to speak. It's funny, but watching the characters try to figure out what might be going on with limited info they possess, whereas we, the audience, have the omniscient narrator perspective, and we know things that they don't know, which will lead them to alternative conclusions. It's kind of funny watching that. Then we head over at Sarah interacting with Boyd. Sarah's frustrated with how people are treating her, and she suggests she should go back out into the woods, try to do some good by searching. But in reality, as Boyd figured out, she just wants to retreat because the people are treating her like crap, which, again, is justifiable because due to the creatures influencing her, or the forces influencing her, it led to people's deaths. And if she hadn't had those visions, odds are she would have been put in a box and killed overnight like anyone else who breaks certain rules they have. So Sarah's bored and frustrated, and Boyd, like his character has continued to demonstrate, has a plan. Now, next we go to Tabitha showing Jade where she saw the symbol that Jade's obsessed with. Victor and Ethan work on healing their friendship. Victor goes to give Ethan his old heavy coat. Now, this is interesting because we just learned in the last episode that the town seems to always be stuck in mid to late fall, but seems to be progressing towards winter. So, and has no one besides Victor noticed that? I mean, they're not prepped for a real winter with that town. So then we go back to Boyd and Colony House with his son about to tell him about the grandbaby, but Donna interrupts this, and that's where the plot of the particular episode gets set in motion, right? Usually that's the pattern from once you get through all the subplots, they'll circle back to one of them, and that'll be the key off for the main plot for the episode. We've just seen a lot of details in previous scenes showing all the characters doing many different and separate things, kind of like different trees in the forest. So the question that comes to mind, of all the opening story elements that we were given, how do they come together? Can we see the forest, or are we stuck on the trees of these individual storylines? Now, I'm not going to go over every storyline, but I will share some thoughts. We see different subplots cross over, but we see a lot of individual characters doing their own thing. Whereas if they would actually communicate with one another, they might get some answers that matter. This is especially obvious when Donna shows up to give Sarah something to do at the same time Randall and Jim are interrogating Sarah. Randall, of course, interprets this as the worst possible way possible, that Donna was sent to stop their interrogation and cover up, so to speak. The show continues its very well done effort to give you an idea that it's almost but not quite in real time as Jim continues to suffer from his leg injury in other words, it's slowly healing, as you would expect for injury that only happened a couple of days ago. Boyd, I think, does maybe begin to get an inkling of the forest, so to speak, when Kenny finally reveals his wound and its source. Of course, we finally get to the normal point of front episode where the episode-specific plot begins to accelerate. I have to say that the shot of the cicadas eating the dead monster is a really cool shot. I wonder if killing the monster gave the bugs a sort of gateway outside the dreams, Boyd does come up with a good idea about sleeping in shifts once all the stuff about the dreams come out and be harming them. But they're still missing the point. There's still some information that they're not putting together. Anyway, of course, right when they're about to burn the monster's corpse, without telling anyone, which would most likely end Randall and Duke's conspiracy theory, Randall sneaks up on them and thinks they're just going to burn a regular dead person. So Victor's backstory, which we've been getting major reels on, is pretty fracked up. And of course, the major cliffhanger event that sends the episode off on a crazy train is Randall kidnapping Donna. So that's where we end up. So that I'm going to call the episode a 9.5 out of 10, right? And we have 8. This is episode 8, so we have 2 more to go for my reviews. Having seen them already, and I will tell you, the end of the show, season 2, was great. There's a little preview for you there. Otherwise, thanks for watching my video. Smash the like button if you liked it. Hit dislike if you didn't. Comment down below if you have any questions for me about this video. Please share the video if you found it worthwhile. I'm Matt. It's been another episode of Unbearable 73. Have a nice day, and I am out of here. Although, come and think of it, just one more little point I was thinking at the end here. I know you might have cut ended the video and not hearing this, but I wonder how much of this the showrunners have planned ahead. I got to do some research on that. Anyway, I'm out.